Our next guest knows the joys of mixing technology and parenting with the struggles. Greg Schwem is a Chicago-based stand-up comedian and author of Text Me If You're Breathing, Observations, Frustrations, and Life Lessons from a Low-Tech Dad. Thanks so much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
I think any parent will laugh at this. Even if you're not a parent, you laugh at the struggles we go through. You start off talking about a new pet in your house. Oh my goodness, will I have to feed this pet? No, it's a cyber pet.
Exactly, yeah. My daughter comes home, my 13-year-old comes home, and she says, I want to play Webkins. And of course, I have to look over her shoulder and say, what's going on the computer? And next thing I know, she's got like 13 pets which she's feeding and taking care of and pampering and buying stuff for.
And worrying about before her homework.
Exactly, and wondering if they're going to die when they're when we're on vacation. You know, God forbid we would go away, we wouldn't be able to feed the computer pets.
Let's face it, we are, I think, a little slower with technology. You know, you talk about going back to 1997 when you had two new additions, a digital camera and your daughter, and you still kind of haven't mastered
either one.
Either one
of them, yeah. Well, that was the whole point of calling it Observations, Frustrations, and Life Lessons from a Low-Tech Dad. Do I consider myself a low-tech dad? Not in the sense that I use my computer monitor as a coffee table because I don't know what to do with it, but I think that no matter how much you know about technology, your kids always are going to know more, and as a parent, you're always playing catch-up, and to me, that's where the humor lies.
And you want to interact with them, but you kind of don't know what to do. I mean, these are the years, teen years, where they're rolling their eyes at you.
Of course.
They do know more than you, but they're asking you, you know, Dad, can I Skype? Dad, can I get a cell phone? And, you know, how do you handle all that?
Right. It's a constant battle. You almost have to pick your battles, I think. But part of picking your battles is researching this stuff. Like, you know, my oldest is 13. We let her have a cell phone. We're not letting her on Facebook, and that's a huge battle at the Schwem household. But I say to her,
many households, let me tell you.
And I say to her, I go, look, you know, I use Facebook. That's like, Dad, you use Facebook. I'm the only one. They're always the only one in the school that doesn't have blank.
Right.
And
you
I
could
say,
be my friend. You could monitor it.
Well, that's why she doesn't want it, because I said, you on Facebook? Guess who your #1 friend's going to be? But my feeling, what I said to her is, I said, look, Dad uses Facebook to reconnect with people. You're 13. Who have you lost touch with?
Well, and you also talk about going through the holidays, and they ask for these high technology, high price tag gifts, and I say, all right, you're gonna have one thing under the tree. It's a tough one.
Right, right. And the question is, I've got an 8-year-old, and the question is Santa gonna bring this? And if Santa's gonna bring it, what happens if it doesn't work on Christmas Day? It's hard to get a hold of Santa on the tech support line.
Right,
you know?
right. One of the things that really made me laugh is the whole texting idea and these letters and things. You said at first you didn't know what K was, but then all of a sudden your daughter texts you BBB10, which is be back by 10.
Yeah, well, and according to her it is.
Well, I love what you texted her back. You totally trumped her with this. It's HYB, HTHBT.
Have your butt home 2 hours before that. You know, that's what that's what you have to do as a parent. If they're going to go one way, you have to go another way. And to me, that's the humor in the book. I think parenting and technology are two of the funniest subjects out there. You know, as a comedian, you're always looking for that one subject that no matter where you perform, it's going to resonate with the audience. And from me anyway, doing this for 20 years, I found those to be the two. So you put them together and you have the perfect storm of comedy.
But the interesting thing is not just laughing at this book, but commiserating with you and also sort of learning through the experiences that you've gone through with your kids. I mean, were you trying to teach us a lesson in a way as well as making us laugh?
I think so, because I think this is a serious subject. It's not all fun and games. There's been an awful lot of news stories about how much technology is too much for kids. It's something that parents obviously have to deal with. I don't think there's a right answer for that, and I'm certainly not a child psychologist, so you don't buy this book if you are hoping that this guy is going to tell you how long your kid should be on Facebook or when's the proper age for a cell phone. That's not the point. I'm a firm believer, though, in anything that's frustrating, it helps to laugh at it. That's why comedians have jobs, to tell you the truth, because we love to make people laugh at things that are driving them crazy.
Well, you may not be a psychologist, but you've been in the trenches, and I think that that's where we can all kind of come together and learn, and we're learning and laughing. I loved it. I think it's great, really. Even if you're not a parent, I think it's just a funny read. So. Thank you so much for coming in. It was really a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
And you can meet Greg as well. He's signing copies of his book, doing some stand-up comedy tonight also, 6:30 at the Book Stall at Chestnut Court in Winnetka. To learn more, you can check out his website, comedywithabite.com. And for a link, go to our website, WGNTV.com/midday.